my how are you song. This is my how do you do song. And I'm so glad we are here. This is my I miss you song. This is my how can you do song. And I'm so glad we are here. Church and bid and welcome to visit. And I'm so glad we are here.
One more time.
This is my how are you song. This is my how do you song. And I'm so glad we are here. This is my I miss you song. This is my I love you song. And I'm so glad we are here. Yes, I'm so glad we are here.
Hello everyone and welcome to Family Connection. I am wearing my first outfit of October. Now I'm not going to call this a costume because it is not. It is an outfit that highlights the beauty and the culture of Mexico. And I like it. I even have this great hat. Doesn't quite fit me though. It's a little too small. I have some other ladies in outfits today that I want to introduce you to because Shara and Amelia and Ava are not here. Instead you have me, and then you have Cinderella. I'm going to move this down so everyone can see Miss Cinderella in her lovely dress. Isn't that nice? And then, to get this party started the right way, we have a disco ball. She is so shiny, she is so flashy, and she is got these amazing boots on. So, that is our outfits and our costumes for this Wednesday during Family Connection. And we love it. It's been really fun picking out different things that we're going to do for each Wednesday. And so we're kicking off with a party and with a fairy tale and with a highlight to the beautiful country of Mexico. We are all so glad that you could join us today. Let's all take a step back so that we're not all head. And let's see what's outside your window tonight. It's such a nice, beautiful day, and I hope you all have been outside at least part of the day. But how about you go to your window, we'll go to ours, and report back. What do we see? The sun is setting, right? Yeah? Well, while they're checking out what's outside their window, I am going to show you something that we've been collecting. We went over recently to the Como Zoo, and they have all sorts of oak trees there. And we have all these acorns. Ava collected all of these. There is a lot. Now, way back in the day, I remember learning that you can make acorn flour, using the nut and the acorn. I've never tried it myself. But I mean, squirrels love them, chipmunks love them. So we decided to collect as many as we could. Some of them are shiny, some of them are not, but they're all really pretty. Now, I don't know, do you have any cool suggestions, Ava, as to what you can use these acorns for?
I know.
Well, I'm asking Ava. What about, well, I think your idea was to feed squirrels,
Yes.
right? All right. And I was thinking, they make cute decorations. I'll show you. I have a little decoration here behind me. We have these little glass jars, and we put some acorns without hats, and then here's some with hats, and we set them on our piano. Now, I even have an idea of somehow turning these into little necklaces that you could hang around your neck, which I thought would be very cute, although maybe fragile,
I know.
but still very cute. You have an idea, Amelia?
I know.
Yeah? We can see you.
Okay, I got 2 things.
Yes.
Maybe we can turn them into necklaces.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Or we can turn them into like those things where you put pictures in.
Like picture frames?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you could hot glue them onto picture frames. That would be super cute. Very fun ideas.
And if you have enough, you can make a pine cone dress.
A pine or a acorn dress, that would be amazing.
Cute.
Yes, it would. So we
Or
have some
shoes.
other members watching our Family Connection, and Clara sees people walking around, and Kathy Anderson sees some bright
didn't tell
red
us.
leaves. Kathy Schumann sees fall scarecrows hanging out,
You didn't
and
see
Genesis sees
us.
the sun setting and leaves falling. And Ava and Amelia, you said, what did you say you saw, Amelia?
Okay, I saw people, the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and some cars, and the trees, and some grass,
Cool.
and clouds.
Ava, anything to report?
Wait, and leaves.
Nope. Nope, except for hiccups.
Yes. And
Awesome. All right. Well, now we can I, or I guess I'll just go like this because I don't have any room to talk. So, I want to start talking today about our word of the day. Last Sunday was, does anyone remember?
equality.
Oh, nope, that was 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
This one was wisdom. Ding, ding,
Wisdom.
ding. And we learned a story shared with us by Susan Campfield about King Solomon and a request that he made to God in a dream when God came to him. And I thought that there might be a good story in that for Mr. Turt and Miss Bit and Mr. Billy. So without further ado, I'm going to turn things over to them.
And Bit, explain it.
The fall weather is so lovely. I'm so glad we went for a walk.
Yeah. And to play in the leaves. This is great. It's a beautiful day. My turn to jump. Ooh. I have an idea. Hey, do you two dare me to jump into the leaves? The leaves from up here? Do you dare me to jump down into the leaves?
No,
No, Billy. Well, I'm gonna do it.
Billy, that's so dangerous. You're up so high and the ground is so hard.
I'll be fine. The leaves are soft. It won't hurt. Turt's right, Billy. Don't judge by what you see in front of you. Use the right judgment. Think about the factors involved. You're up high. Leaves are not supportive, and the ground is very hard. Okay, you're right. I didn't judge the situation wisely. But it was still fun to climb the tree. Look out, here I come! Yeah.
Uh-oh. Look over there. What are they doing over there?
Who are you talking about? What's going on? What's going on?
See those creatures over there?
Oh, you mean those two-legged ones with no fur? The furless ones over there? Those?
Yeah, I don't like the look of those. They're so tall and wild.
Yeah, they're bouncing around like me.
They're bad news, those two.
Now, what makes you say that, Turt?
Just look at them. They're loud and wild and big. Bad news.
Now, Turt, I don't know anything about those creatures, but just like we said to Billy, we need to use correct judgment. We can't just assume something of those two because of how they look. We don't know anything about them. Good judgment would be to observe them and their behavior, see if they're friendly and nonviolent, and then we can introduce ourselves to them and get to know them that way. That's using good judgment. Hey, that's a really good point, Bit.
You're right. I jumped to conclusions about those two before even giving them a chance.
Let's go over there and say hi to them, and maybe invite them out for ice cream.
Great idea.
Yeah, I love that idea. Let's go get some ice cream. Yeah.
So, we had a few things happen, or Turtbit and Billy had a few things happen to them during their fun time in the park. Billy, I think, was going to make a bad decision and end up hurting himself because he wanted to try and jump all the way down from that tree into the leaves. But Turt and Bit both said, why don't you think about it? Consider what would happen if you did that. Use good judgment, right? And then right after that, Turt was a little freaked out by some two-legged, furless creatures that he did not recognize. And at first he said, meh, I don't like the look of them. But then Bit reminded him that it's important to use good judgment, not just to judge, a book by its cover and assume something of someone just because you don't know who they are, right? So those were two good situations that happened, and I think Billy and I think Turt kind of learned a lesson there. And so speaking of wisdom, ding, 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 I thought that we could talk a little bit about that story from Sunday about King Solomon. Now, I'm at my Bible here, and King Solomon, the story of the dream that he had, is in the book 1 Kings, which is in the Old Testament. And there's two books. There's 1 Kings and 2 Kings, but we are in 1 Kings, numero uno. And in this, his dad was King David, and King David was very old and knew that soon he was going to end up giving the throne over to his son, King Solomon. And so as soon as King Solomon came into being the king, I think he felt a little overwhelmed. Unlike presidents, kings back then were responsible for hearing everyone's problems that they had and try and create a good solution to those problems. And King Solomon felt a little nervous having to take on the responsibility of listening to people's issues and then trying to help them resolve them or figure them out, have a good outcome. And so in this dream that he had, God came to him and said, Solomon, you are king. I will give you anything that you ask for. Now, that's a pretty big thing to offer.
I would ask for LOLs.
Amelia would ask for toys. Ava?
All Zelda video games.
All the Zelda video games.
No, wait.
No. All the cats in the world.
No.
Eternal life for Gigi. Ooh.
Yeah.
But then Gigi would live beyond your life.
Listen. I wish that all sicknesses, illnesses, and everything's were gone.
Ooh, now that's a nice one too. Well, so Solomon had a big decision to make in his dream. I mean, he was talking to God. God said, you can have anything. What do you want? And he said, I want wisdom. Ding, 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 ding. He wanted the ability to have good judgment because he knew that it was going to be very important for him as king to make good judgment. And so he asked for wisdom. Ding, 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 ding. And God said, out of everything that you could, can you please stop that? Out of everything that you could pick, you picked wisdom. You didn't pick, riches. You didn't pick a long life or anything. You wanted something that was not going to just benefit you. It was going to benefit all the people in your kingdom. And God said, and because of that's what you asked for, I am going to bless you with riches and with a long life. And I'm going to bless you with things beyond just what you asked for. So, the story of Solomon, and so that he woke up and he threw a party for his servants after that. He felt really good about going into his new role as king. And next this Sunday, we're going to learn about a very specific story where King Solomon was not put to the test, but he had some people approach him with a problem, and the way that he decided to solve it was very full of Wisdom! Ding, ding, ding! Ooh, Ava, I like that jingle. That's great. Wisdom!
Ding,
Ding, ding, ding! Awesome.
You guys,
Yes.
I thought he would pick that he didn't want to be king anymore, so he picked not.
No, he was okay with being king. He wanted to make sure he could do it well.
I thought he would pick he wanted all the toys in the world.
Well, we're not all Amelia. We all have different wishes. So, with that, I think it's about time that we get up and move. So get out of your chairs, give your body a good stretch up high, and we are going to move into our get up and move time. Now, since we're talking about wisdom,
Ding, ding, ding!
I thought it might be good to bring the wise man and the foolish man song back. And because God has the power to give Solomon anything he wished, I thought it would also be cool to do the My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty song. All right? So, Amelia, let's have you go over there, and we're going to move things around. And everyone else, get up and move with us. All right. Here we go. It's time to get up and move. Get out of your chair. Put your arms up high and raise them to the sky. Then bend down low and touch your toes. Come on, everybody. Come on and move your body. Now march like a penguin. Flap, flap, flap and hop around. Now roar like a lion. Roar. Now put your arms out wide and fly up of the sky. Now flap like a penguin and waddle around like so. Then roar like a lion, go roar. Then bring your arms out wide and learn to fly just like a pigeon. Just like a pigeon, down, down. Well, we're moving on to the wise man, foolish man. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock, and the rains came tumbling down. Yes, the rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up, but the house on the rock stood firm. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand, and the rains came a-tumbling down. Yes, the rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up, and the house on the sand went splat! Nice. All right. Let's do the My God is so big. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. He made the mountains, he made the rivers. The stars are his handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. Awesome. Whew, I feel energized. I feel like I got, even if I wasn't jumping around, I feel like I got some blood pumping. Excuse me, Amelia. Everyone has seen those cute little doodad toys that I'm always surprised haven't gotten lost, but we always end up finding them. Isn't that amazing about little toys? All right. Well, we have been having a really great time, I think, and I want to let you know that we can continue having a really good time. Tomorrow evening, we have our next Zoom Kids get-together, and I want to see you all, and I have some show and tell things that I want you to bring so we can all share them. So, 2 things tomorrow that I want you to bring for show and tell. One of them is bring your favorite Halloween candy, the thing that you love to get on Halloween. Now, if you don't actually have that in your house, you can draw a picture of it, or you can just, describe it to us tomorrow. The second thing I want you to bring is a cool Halloween decoration that you have around your house, either outside or inside, just something that you guys have at your house that's decorative and fun and Halloween-y. So bring those 2 things tomorrow during our Zoom call, which is going to be at 7 o'clock in the evening. We are all going to get together and hopefully we'll share our show and tells and we'll hang out a little bit and
We'll do some games.
We'll do some games. I should try and find some fun Halloween games or something. I'll think of something cool, so I hope you can join us tomorrow for that. And I forgot to bring this up earlier, but I recently got a book recommendation from our friend David Rediger, and he actually sent me a picture of these books. Now, it looks like a series of books, and I forgot to save it onto my computer, but if you can see here, these books are called I Survived. Now, what's cool about them is they are survival books, but they're survival books about part of history. So one of them was I Survived the Sinking of the Titanic. One is I Survived the Hurricane Katrina. One is I Survived the Shark Attack of 1916. Wow. One of them was I Survived the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. Remember that story?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting story. If you haven't heard about the Molasses Flood of 1919, look it up or get this book because it's a really interesting, crazy story. And then the last one was I Survived the Attack of the Grizzlies in 1967. So I thought those books sounded so cool, and I wanted to share this recommendation with the rest of you if you're interested in looking at them. I'm going to definitely check them out at my library. And I thank you, David Rediger, for that book recommendation. That's awesome. If you guys ever have any recommendations or ideas or crafts that you've created or stories that you've written or anything, send them my way, and we will talk about them during Family Connection or during Zoom. Ava's book recommendation is, of course, the Harry Potter series. So, thank you, Ava, for that recommendation. What else I thought was cool about I Survived books is, in order to survive something crazy like that, it takes some good judgment. It takes wisdom! Yes.
I gotta show you guys a picture.
Oh, Amelia got a picture of Mr. Buddy right here. Boink. All right, so everyone, I'm going to end with a word of prayer, and then we're going to sing our With You song. But I want to thank you so much for joining us. It was a lot of fun today talking about wisdom. Ding, ding, ding. Boy, I love those words of the day. They're so fun to say. So let's say a word of prayer, and then we will sing our With You song. So put the dolls down, please. Dear Lord, thank you for another fun time together on our Wednesday nights. I pray for everyone that's watching tonight that they are doing well and they've been able to enjoy the beautiful weather that Minnesota has going right now. Thank you, Lord, for the weather. Thank you for the beauty of the fall season that we can enjoy. Thank you for giving us this beautiful natural world and help us to be good caretakers of the space that you've given to us. Help us to be good listeners and good helpers this week as we go into our weekend, and help us to stay safe and healthy. And all God's children said,
Amen.
All right, I'm going to back up and we're going to do our final song. I hear some music at our house. All right. Ready, ladies? Clouds are
are in the sky, but they are not as high as I am. The frogs, they hop and hop, and they never stop like me. I think of all the things I've done and all the things to do. It's so good to be alive, it's so good to be alive with you. Let's sing it again. The clouds are in the sky, but they are not as high as I am. The frogs, they hop and hop, and they never stop like me. I think of all the things I've done and all the things to do. It's so good to be alive, it's so good to be alive with you.
Well, all of you out there, thank you so much for joining us. We miss you all, and we can't wait until we can see you again in person. But until then, peace.
Bye.
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 Oh, I'm trying to find how to.
How do you turn this off?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that part out.